we are back for more of The Adventures of the Wishing Chair. We are on chapter number 6. The name of the chapter is The Land of Dreams. Are you calm? Are you comfortable? I hope so. Molly, Peter, come quickly. The chair is growing its wings again, whispered Chingy. Peeping in at the dining room window, the children were busy drawing and painting, but at once they put down their things and scampered down to the garden and the playroom. Oh, goody, said Peter, as he saw the red wings of the chair slowly flapping to and fro. Come on, everyone, where shall we go this time? Well, let the chair take us where it wants to, said Chingy, sitting on top of the back as usual. Off we go, and mind you don't get worried if I fall off, Molly. Oh, I won't worry any more, laughed Molly. You can take care of yourself all right, Chingy. Off they went into the air. Where's the chair going, Chingy? asked Molly. I think it's going to the land of dreams, said Chingy. Oh, I don't know that I like that. Strange things happen there. Perhaps we better not go. Oh, do let's, said Peter. We'll be all right. Down to the land of dreams flew the chair and came to rest outside a small sweet shop. Sweet shop's like a candy shop. Peter felt in his pocket and found a penny there. I'll buy some toffee, he cried. He went into the shop and saw a large old sheep sitting there knitting. He stared at her in surprise and then asked for a penny's worth of toffee. She gave him some in a bag and he ran out. He opened the bag and offered the toffee to the others. But when they tried to take some, they found that the bag was full of green peas. How extraordinary. I told you strange things happen here, said Chingy. Come on, let's carry the chair in case it runs away or something. He turned to pick it up and gave a shout. It turned into a little dog, and its red wings were now ribbons around the dog's neck. I say, look at that. What are we going to do now? Said Chingy in dismay. They all stared at the dog, which wagged its tail hard. Suddenly there came an angry shout behind them. Spot, Spot, come here, sir. The children turned and saw a clown running down the road calling to the dog. Quick, we must run off with the dog before the clown gets it, said Chingy. It may turn back into a chair at any moment, and we can't let anyone else have it. He caught up with the surprised dog, and the three of them raced down the street at top speed. Stop, thief, shouted the clown, and he ran after them. He caught them up and took hold of Chingy. To the children's amazement, the clown turned into a police officer. I arrest you for stealing a dog, said the policeman solemnly. Chingy stared at him in despair, but Molly cried out loudly, What do you mean, policeman? We haven't any dog. And sure enough, the dog turned into a yellow duck. There it was under Chingy's arm, quacking away for all it's worth. The policeman stared at it, looked very blue, and in a second changed into a motor van and trundled itself down the street. Check this out. Got the clown policeman, you've got them running, and you've got Chingy with the dog. So that's before he turned into a yellow duck. Okay. My pages just fell out of my book. I don't like this land, said Molly. Things are never the same for 2 minutes. Nor are they in dreams, said Chingy. You can't expect anything else here. I didn't want to come, you know. I say, won't one of you carry this duck? It's awfully heavy. He handed it to Peter, a great yellow bird, but even as Peter took it, something strange happened. The bird's beak, legs, and tail disappeared, and all that was left was a great pile of yellow stuff that slithered about in Peter's hands. Ow, he cried. It's cold. It's ice cream. I can't hold it. You must, shouted Chingy, and he and Molly did their best to hold the slippery mass together. But it was no good. It slithered to the ground and began to melt. There goes our chair, said Chingy sorrowfully. It looks as if we are here forever now. First it turned into a dog, then a duck, and now into ice cream. This is a horrible adventure. They left the melting ice cream and went on down the street. Peter took out his bag of green peas and looked at them again. They had turned into tiny balloons, ready to be blown up. He gave one to Chingy and one to Molly. They began to blow them up, but oh dear, dear, dear. Instead of blowing up the balloons, they blew themselves up. Yes, they really did. Peter stared in dismay, but he couldn't stop them. There they were, Molly and Chingy, two big balloons swaying about in the air, and they even had strings tied to them. Peter was afraid they might blow away, so he took hold of the strings. He wandered down the street alone, very puzzled and unhappy. Nothing seemed real. The land of dreams was very peculiar indeed. The two enormous balloons floated along behind him, and when he turned to look at them, what a shock he had. Look at, there they are as balloons. They were not in the least like Chingy and Molly anymore. One was green and one was blue, and even as Peter stared at them, the air began to escape from each balloon. They rapidly grew smaller and smaller and smaller, and soon they were just tiny lumps of colored rubber hanging from the string. Peter looked at them sadly. All that's left of Molly and Chingy, he thought unhappily. No wishing chair either, only me. Oh dear, whatever will be the end of this strange adventure? He put the balloons into his pocket and he went on. He came to a large hall where a concert seemed to be going on. He slipped inside and sat down on a chair. He suddenly felt tired indeed. He shut his eyes and yawned. The chair began to rock softly. Peter opened his eyes and saw it had changed into a rocking horse, but things no longer astonished him in the land of dreams. It would be surprising if peculiar things didn't happen, not if they did. Soon he was fast asleep on the rocking horse. It rose up into the air and flew out the door, and Peter slept on. He didn't wake up until hours afterwards, and when he opened his eyes, what a surprise. He was in the playroom at home, lying on a rug by the window. He sat up at once and he remembered everything. Sorrowfully, he put his hands into his pocket and pulled out 2 air balloons. Molly, Chingy, said Peter sadly. Yes? Do you want us? Said Molly's voice. And to his astonishment and delight, he saw both Molly and Chingy sitting in the wishing chair nearby, both yawning, just waking up from their sleep. Oh, he said, I must have dreamt it all then. Listen, you two, I had such a funny dream. I went to the land of dreams and... Yes, said Chingy impatiently. We've all been there. It's a real adventure. I don't want to go there again. It was a horrible feeling turning into a balloon. It was a good thing you put us in your pocket, Peter. Was it a real adventure then? Cried Peter in amazement. As real as adventures are in the land of dreams, said Chingy. Now what about some real toffee? They won't turn it into green peas or balloons. Get some treacle from your cook, Molly, and we'll make some. We deserve a treat after that horrible adventure. And that is the end of that chapter. Have you ever had a dream where something has changed like that? I know I have. I would like you to write in your journal about a dream that you can remember. Okay? And we will share it tomorrow. So in your journal, write a couple of sentences about a dream that you had. It could have been last night, last week, last month, last year, any dream you've had, and while you were sleeping, and draw me a picture. Okay, I will see you guys soon.